We live in a world where we are taught that our worth depends on our productivity, that we must earn the right to rest. That time off must be paid for in advance, through exhaustion, burnout, and sacrifice. But what if that idea is completely backward? Alan Watts once asked, "What would you like to do if money were no object?" That question, simple as it seems, breaks something wide open. Because deep down, many of us are not working because we love what we do. We're working because we fear what would happen if we stopped. Imagine a world where you are paid not to work, not because you're lazy, not because you have nothing to offer, but because society finally realized that your value is not tied to a job title. Your creativity, your presence, your being is enough. Watts believed that the obsession with working for the sake of working was a trap. We've created a system where people are rewarded for doing things they hate just to survive, while their real talents and passions die in silence. We fear idleness, but idleness is not the enemy. Boredom, rest, and stillness are fertile ground for insight, for clarity, for awakening. Some of the greatest art, science, and wisdom in human history came not from busyness, but from stillness. To be paid not to work is not to be useless. It is to be trusted. It is to be given space to breathe, to think, to feel. It is the beginning of a society that values people for being human, not just for being useful. Imagine how different life would be if people weren't pressured to take any job just to survive. If they could say no to meaningless labor and yes to things that truly matter, to caring for others, to making music, to planting gardens, to raising children, to exploring the world, or simply to resting. This isn't just a fantasy. It's a glimpse of what freedom might actually mean. Watts didn't call for laziness. He called for alignment, for lives lived in harmony with nature, rhythm, and soul, not in fear of bills and deadlines. So the question becomes, what would you do if you didn't have to work to survive? What would you create, explore, discover, if the system believed in you enough to set you free? Because in truth, you don't need to earn the right to exist. You already have it.